Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. If you're feeling unlucky when it comes to love, our next guest is here to change that luck around. We welcome the author of 10 Dates to Your Soulmate, a celebrity matchmaker's guide from the first swipe to forever, psychologist Dr. Christie Kederian. It's so nice to see you.
Thank you. So nice to see you too.
Can you share a little bit of your love story? Because you have some inspiring things that I think a lot of people want to hear.
Sure. Yeah. So, well, a big part of my story that I share is just that I was a single, successful in my career, driven woman, coming up on 30. And a lot of women I work with are kind of in that age where they feel like, okay, there's a milestone coming up or some, like biological clock ticking or whatever. And I was a matchmaker at the time for eHarmony. And I'd learned a lot about how modern dating works. And it's very different than how our parents met or how, even people 10, 15 years ago were meeting. And I kind of applied everything I was helping my clients with towards my own life and journey. I talk a lot about that in my book as well. But I found that, finding the right person is kind of a combination of making sure you're the right person and also making sure that you're able to kind of use the tools available to have a strategy to meet someone who's really a compatible match for you. So I was able to kind of have that journey, meet my husband, start a family, and yeah, it's been amazing.
We're so happy for you. Look how gorgeous you two are. That is so great to celebrate. Well, let's talk about how much things have changed in the dating game and specifically technology and even AI. What are some things that we should be aware of?
Yeah, and with dating apps, it really changed all of the landscape of modern dating. And eHarmony was kind of one of the first that started using technology to use the research, compatibility, and match people, kind of being like, an online matchmaker per se. And since then, it's just exploded. In the recent years, since COVID, a lot of people have felt like, okay, I'm kind of done meeting people on dating apps. I want to meet people in person. But we've realized is that when we do meet in person, that they might not really share some of your values. They might not truly be a compatible match. And so people are kind of caught in this in between of like, it would be great and, beneficial to just be able to use, a tool, a dating app to meet the right person. But I'm also kind of missing some things or lacking chemistry when I meet or whatever that is. And so right now we're seeing a really big explosion of using AI. Both dating apps are using AI as well as just consumers are using it to really enhance either their dating profile or figure out a more specific and strategic way to meet people in person that's not just showing up at a bar and hoping that person could be your soulmate. So we're seeing some really interesting trends and some good ways to utilize it as well as some things to be aware of.
Well, and is there a happy medium in terms of your approach and people that you work with harnessing the technology but not forgetting about the human experience?
Exactly. I always say that, dating apps are a tool, but eventually you really want to meet that person in person. So you kind of want to get whatever information that you can that's important to you so that when you do meet, it feels like, oh, yeah, there is something here instead of feeling like I just wasted my time. It's a really big factor in a lot of people that I work with. And it was a huge factor for me in my own journey of feeling like I don't want to waste time just going on dates where there's not really a future. If I'm looking for a long-term relationship, I want to make sure that I'm optimizing my experience. So I always say use technology, use AI in a way to optimize and enhance the experience, but not necessarily replace what we can't replace, which is that human connection.
And what about the 10 dates, like in the title of your book? Why is that the lucky number?
Yeah, what I talk about in the book is that the process of getting to know someone is a lot more layered. Sometimes people think that when I meet the right person, that will answer all my questions and there will be no work from there. But I really say that that's where the journey begins. When you meet someone that you feel like could be the right person, it's actually a process to get to really understanding, hey, could this person be the right person for me? Could this person be my soulmate? So what I talk about in the book is just really what that process looks like and breaking it down from that first date to knowing someone's like your forever, what types of questions to ask, what types of dates should you go on that you can really learn someone's character. A lot of people think I can just bring my checklist and check off the boxes, but it's not really how it works when we get to know each other. So I'm kind of bringing people back to that art of connection and understanding if someone could really be a compatible long-term person for you.
And what about finding that chemistry with someone else? You kind of go through the checklist maybe beforehand if you met someone on an app and you've got a little bit of their backstory, but you want to make that personal connection too, right?
Yeah, I always tell people just to leave the checklist at home. A great thing that technology has done is being able to kind of get some big questions answered either on the phone or, through text or messaging on a dating app. But when you're on that first date, I really recommend just kind of being present, noticing how you feel around that person. It really doesn't matter if, they check off X, Y, and Z box if you can't stand, sitting across from them for 20 minutes. So I think that's a really big thing that you don't want to show up on a first date trying to like interview someone. You want to just really be yourself and see if there's that connection. And there's always time to dig deeper later on.
That's a great way to put it. Hey, thank you so much. It was great to see you.
Great seeing you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, Dr. Kederian's book again is 10 Dates to Your Soulmate, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.